You want to hold that up here?
That's where I hit it. You go ahead and put it wherever you want. I like doing highs. If I really need to get it out, I write it down. That's so funny. Is it heavy?
It feels okay. There's a quote that I heard. It's, you know where the greatest piece of real estate is?
In your mind.
No, it's in the cemetery.
Oh.
Because it's out there. There's like $100 million ideas that never flourished, never went out.
Oh shoot.
A bunch of people that never took action.
That's so deep.
It's a common quote that you see, and kind of brings up to fear, because I think fear is like the main root of like why people don't take action. Maybe it's family fear, like parents telling them not to do certain things, spouses, whatever it is, or just overall just like conditional fear, like this has happened to me before and I don't want to risk it again.
Right.
So fear for yourself, how do you think you can deal with fear? Because even in your business now, even when you were somebody who already did take action, you found some success, I'm sure there's still fear that comes up.
There's more fear
Often.
now.
Yeah.
I have more to lose.
Yeah.
I don't understand people that are at zero
Yeah.
that still don't take action.
Yeah.
You can't lose. I love the saying, you have a free lottery ticket every day you wake up when you have nothing, meaning that if I scratch this and lose, I'm in the same spot, and people still don't scratch it. You have the lottery ticket, just scratch it. The only place you can go from there is up. You know what I mean?
100%.
I wanted to, something popped into my head when you were saying that, but now I lost my train of thought. I can't remember now. Oh, I have two main demographics, or that I've seen like on a lot of the phone calls I take. I have like a 16 to 25-year-old range that are super ambitious. They want to be an entrepreneur. They want to start their own business. And then the second demographic is like 35 plus. It's funny because the 18-year-olds, the 22-year-olds, I can relate to them because they want to start a business, they want to succeed, they have all this ambition. A huge swath of them never take action. They're going to just go get a normal job when they get out of college and just work some 9 to 5. What's funny about this though is my second demographic, the 35 plus, they're the fulfillment of the people who didn't take action. They're booking a call with me saying, Brad, I make 120 grand a year. Every day I come home, I try to not put my 9mm down my throat. And what they're saying is they've done all of, oh shoot, I'm gonna cut it. What they're saying though is they had all this ambition, all this drive to actually do what they wanted to do, and it was literally neutered by society. Now they're 35, 40 years old looking back on life saying, I wish I took action, I need to do it now. Like they want to kill themselves because they didn't take action, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like the fulfillment of the 18-year-old who doesn't actually do what he was designed to do. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's like a cool parallel.
But that comes from shame, right? That's like
I'd say so.
Most people just have shame and regret. But you know, for me personally, I mean, obviously we all have regrets, right? There's the regret from things that you did, and there's
You're good, dude.
You can go ahead, bro. There's regret from the things that you did, and there's regret from the things that you didn't do.
Right.
For me, it's always the regret that actually hurts is the things that you didn't do.
Yep.
Because the things that you did, like it's an embarrassing moment, whatever happened, like something you did, you kind of just shrug it off because you learned from it, right? Or it's a funny story or a funny moment. But from the things that you didn't do, there's always that question as to what if?
100%.
And that's like the most painful thing.
Because I think not having closure is really hard to deal with.
100%.
To where a lot of people, like let's think about you going to talk to a girl and you have fear there. Like, is she gonna reject me? Is she gonna like me? Whatever. If you go talk to her and get rejected, I guarantee you that thought leaves your mind after 5 minutes. You'll probably forget you even did it.
Yeah.
If you don't, you're gonna be on your pillow that night thinking, oh, I should have talked to her. This could have been my wife. That's gonna eat you alive.
Yeah.
That thought is gonna hold so much more weight than the little bit of embarrassment you'll feel if you get rejected. So I think that goes to show how important being able to manage rejection really is. Like the pain of not knowing the outcome is so much stronger than the actual rejection you'd face if you just did it and failed.
Yeah.
Was that bars?
Oh yeah.
I'll be a clip.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Dude, I want to put on this wife beater. I mean this woman lover.
Woman lover?
If I need to get it out, I write it down. I love that clip because he sounds so sincere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It just is like, whoa, hold on, wait, what? What'd you say? I got a cool question I want to ask you in a second. I'm actually gonna do it while you're working out, while you're hitting your set.
What is it? And I'll kind of think.
It's gonna be. I'm gonna ask you a hypothetical. You wake up tomorrow, no followers, no connections, no money. Where do you go? What do you do?
Can I start a garage door company or no? Can I start a garage door company or no?
No knowledge of the garage doors, nothing.
Okay.
Just your mindset. Yeah, I mean, you could probably say I'll do the same exact thing I'm doing, but you gotta just explain. I'd rather you say just explain how you're gonna do it, like full steps.
Dang.
Okay.
That's a great question. Try to ask it in like a couple seconds.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You can ask it now.
All right, bro. I got a quick hypothetical for you.
All right.
Wake up tomorrow. No memory, no followers, no money. Where do you start? What do you do?
I love it. I think so. I don't even have the knowledge I have, or I do have the knowledge.
You have the knowledge.
Okay.
You just got no connections, no following.
Right.
No money.
Right. Okay. I think the first thing I would do is recognize how important sales are in any business, because the whole idea is to make money, right? Every business needs a killer salesman. You could have a crap product. If you know how to sell it, you're going to be able to make money. So I would try to find a product I truly believe in that I think is going to change people's lives in some way, shape, or form. And I would try to network with some sort of small business to where I would make them a no-brainer offer. I would say, I'm going to bring you this much revenue. In exchange, I want whatever. It might be 50% split on first month. It might be 100% up front, and then you keep the rest of the retainer. What I would do is I'd probably spend that whole day research and developing my offer, where I'm going to create an offer so good, whatever business owner I present it with would feel stupid walking away. If you came up to me right now and said, Brad, I'm going to make you 20 grand this month, I don't want anything from you. Just let me do it. If I do it though, will you give me 10 grand? I'll shake your hand right now, Kanan. And then I would really get to work. I would have to find a business model I believe in, and then I would apply all the skills I have to generate so much revenue that it would be stupid for them to say no. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's it.
That's good. Like you said, find a product or find an offer that you like, that you love,
That I believe in.
That you believe in.
Right.
And I think sales, specifically as a whole, whether you're your own business owner or you're just in sales,
Right.
you think having faith in your product is the most important thing. You think, right?
It could be, yeah.
Would you say?
Morally, I think I always give this analogy. I give two. If you found the cure to cancer, you think you're gonna have to convince someone to take that pill? If someone had cancer and they're dying and you say, I have the cure, it's this pill, are you gonna have to sell them very much, or is the offer so good they can't refuse it?
Exactly.
I always say the same thing about a gold mine, and that's what I feel like I do with my business model and how I teach people. I know I have the keys to a gold mine. I charge a toll fee at the beginning just to make it worth my while to walk you down there. From there, all you have to do is dig gold. I don't feel like I need to sell someone a gold mine. For the people that come up to me and say, well, Brad, how do I know if I'm gonna make money digging gold? That's not the person I'm gonna help. If I have to convince them that they have to dig gold, they're not gonna have the right mentality to succeed anyway. Because what's gonna happen once you get in a gold mine? Sure, it sounds appealing. There's gonna be hard work. Your pickaxe is gonna break. You're gonna hurt your back. You're gonna have to take a day off. There's gonna be all this adversity you face when digging gold that inevitably is gonna get to the point where some people are just gonna fall off. So when I get these people, oh, if you can convince me to start a garage door company, I'll do it. It's like, dude, do you know what I'm sitting on? I have a gold mine of an opportunity for you, and you think I need to convince you? It just doesn't make sense to me. And I don't think those people, like, I made a video about this yesterday. There's a certain amount of people that say, I'm only gonna start a business if I'm guaranteed to make money. What the? You know what you just described to me as a job? I'm only going to start a business. That's just saying I'm only going to take this job title if I'm guaranteed to make money. When you go apply for Chick-fil-A, they say you're guaranteed to make $15 an hour, or $21 an hour. That's guaranteed money, a job. If you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to take a risk so you can get the return.
Yeah.
They come together. So
That's good.
yeah, this is pretty fire. We're flowing.
I think so. Yeah.
We're in REM state.
See a little combo.
Or what's it called? Not REM. That's sleep. I like this spot too.
Yeah, is the shot good? The shot's still good, right? I haven't even seen it.
Yeah, with the wide angle. If I really need to get it out, I write it down.
I'm trying to think of what
Giovanna has so many funny clips. Have you seen the clip where he's with that autistic kid or Down syndrome kid? And he's like, I'm with my boy Trevor here. Like, he's got Down syndrome. He's like, I don't have it, but I'm willing to have it if I need to. Or something.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's so funny. I don't have it, but I'm willing to. You're like, I'll hit you. Ooh. Is that worse? Made it harder? Dang, dude.
That's good that you say that, right?
But I can't hear you. Shoot, my bad. Go ahead.
It's good when you say that, when people come up to you like, I want this and I want this out of it. I think sales as a whole, people who sell something, they feel like they need to win the sale.
Right.
But at the same time, sometimes you can just get that sense that it's just not for them, right?
Right.
So I don't like the term winning the sale because I feel like it shouldn't be a competition. It shouldn't be a competition between you and the prospect as to who can persuade the other person more, who can win the sale. Sometimes you just understand that your product is good enough, and whether the person wants to accept the offer or not, it's a win.
Right.
Yeah. So
yeah, I think so.
that's kind of.
I remember seeing Grant Cardone, dude's such an idiot, talking about, like, I think it was Jordan Belfort asked him, he's like, so if he was selling fish door to door, it's like, so what do you do if your prospect doesn't want fish? When do you know to move on to the next prospect? He's like, well, everybody's a buyer. Everybody will buy something. And it's like, what? There's some people that don't need, perfume or makeup. Are you ever going to buy makeup? Yeah. Probably not. Yeah. You know what I mean? So you have a certain select demographic. I would say a good salesman's one thing. I think that's a great skill to train. If you're an owner, operator, business owner, being a good marketer essentially means you're a good salesman. If you find let's say you're a great salesman of water bottles. You know how to sell water bottles really good. You're gonna have a whole lot of a harder time selling water bottles to random people here than if you went somewhere where people don't have any water and they're thirsty. Having the right marketing correctly is going to be so much better when it comes to sales rather than just being really persuasive and essentially just manipulative.
And it comes from finding their needs and asking them the right questions, right?
Right.
It's not like I'm going to sell to this person. No, I'm going to find the need that this person needs, like that person is asking for, and help them out with that.
Yeah, I like that.
And sometimes it means like not selling them your offer or whatever it means. Because then at the end of the day, then you win. If it's not meant for them, it's not meant for them.
Yeah. I think that's all you should really be focusing on as a salesman is like how I run all my offers. I know how good it is. I don't even accept everyone into my offer. I'm not a salesperson, I'm a qualifier. Yeah. I'm seeing if you're qualified for this. If I choose to accept you, that's good. Ooh, what the frig? Oh, you stepped on that?
Yeah.
That's like that new AI video.
Yeah.
Where they're sitting the curls, the whole machine blows up.
The whole machine, yeah. I was like, what the hell? Okay, hold up. Is this thing even... Do
you want to move machines?
Yeah.
That was a good segment.
I feel like the term, I've always had the entrepreneurial spirit is like thrown around. A lot of people say that, right? So, do you think more people are just like born with it, or do you think people just can develop it over time?
I think it kind of can be developed. I think it is a character trait though, almost like anything else. I think everyone sees the glitz and glam of entrepreneurship. It's really sexy on the service level.
Yeah.
Make your own hours, be your own boss, buy what you want, have no one tell you what to do. Who's gonna say no to that? If you really look, like we're talking about the C-bump thing, if you really look at what goes into being an entrepreneur, I would say most people that say I have the entrepreneurial spirit don't want the trade-off. There's trade-off to everything. I honestly envy a lot of firefighters and regular jobs because they go clock in with their shift, they love what they do for work, they get their paycheck, they go home and they're off. Me, I never am clocked out. From the moment I wake up to the moment I go to bed, I have stress, I have responsibility, I have work that needs to be done. And I don't think you really deal with that on a normal job, to be honest. So, there's benefits to entrepreneurship and to the regular kind of 9-to-5 life. Everyone wants to be an entrepreneur on the surface level. I don't know if everyone wants the trade-off that comes with it, and a lot of people don't realize that until they're already in it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I think the hardest thing is that there's nobody telling you what to do.
Right.
Nobody. So you don't know, like nobody's telling you what to do, who to talk to, how to do certain things. It's kind of for you to figure out.
Right, and that sounds good on the surface, right? It's like, oh, I have nobody telling me what to do, bet. But then you also have to realize that there's nobody telling me what to do. I have to be a self-starter. If I don't have any agenda, if I don't have like a place to be, a time to show up, am I going to be able to actually figure that out? That's going to be able to move my needle forward. Honestly, that's probably the hardest part of entrepreneurship is like knowing what to do type of thing. Knowing 100%. What the smartest decision is, what's going to move the needle the most.
100%. Most jobs, you're kind of put into a system, you're trained, you learn from manager, trainer, whoever it is, on how to do things, how to do it the right way, how to do it effectively. When you decide to go out on your own, it's either kind of self-education in the form of like, I don't know, programs, books, whatever it is, or just trial and error.
Right. Yeah.
Simple as that.
And then you got to ask the question, am I willing to go through the trial and error? Because people say, oh, trial and error, oh, okay, that's fine. What about when the trial sucks?
Yeah.
What about when you lose all your money because you made the wrong decision?
Yeah.
There's a lot of responsibility that goes into it. So, yeah, that's super true.
And that makes a lot of sense, especially with like, for me, I feel like important thing to have as an entrepreneur is like goal setting, right? And knowing how to set goals and like how to time your goals, basically.
Right.
Because most people will be like, oh, I want to make $1 million in revenue in year 1, right? And that's a cool goal to have, but like, how are you going to achieve that? How are you going to do that? How can you put yourself in a position where those certain goals can be made? And it doesn't even need to be for entrepreneur. Let's say like, oh yeah, this year I have to cut down 40 pounds or whatever it is, personal goals. I think being able to have SMART goals, like there's the term SMART goals that we all learned, how to actually put that into your life.
Right. I'll even take you one step further. I don't think setting goals is necessarily good. A lot of times it's vanity. You feel good saying, I'm gonna make $1 million this year. That feels like some big goal, you're doing something.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you could set the biggest goal you want. I could say I'm gonna make $1 billion this year. I think the smart thing to do, what a SMART goal really means, is instead of setting goals, you set objectives for input, like what you're actually gonna do to get there. I think a lot of people set the goal and then they forget about the actual input that's gonna need to be done. It's like, well, I set the goal, but what does that mean?
Yeah.
So I think the actual goal you should be setting is what practical steps am I gonna do? Like instead of saying, I wanna get to the top of the mountain, say, I'm gonna take this path and then I'm gonna hop over this log and then jump this rock to inevitably get me up there. That's where I think most people should set their goals. Like, or I'm gonna do 300 steps a day to get up this mountain rather than, oh, I'm gonna get up there, I don't know how though. Because anyone can set a goal.
There's extremes for both sides. Obviously there's people who just set goals with no intention, and there's also people who overanalyze steps and plans to even achieve a goal. So then they overthink, they procrastinate, they do certain things. So there's that medium where you also have to go into it almost blindly just to figure out what works.
Right.
But at the same time, still have some plan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
I think even like to spin off of what you're saying, I think people get caught up in philosophy too much, meaning like I need to have this mindset, or I need to do this yoga pose in the morning, or do this ice bath, and that's what's going to get me successful. Let's say for you to make $1 million, in hindsight, it meant that you talked to this person, he introduced you here, you put in 3,000 hours of work, and that generated you this product that then produced $1 million. A lot of times your philosophy or your mindset or how you felt in that moment is irrelevant. The same actions needed to be done for you to get to the result you wanted to. And like I actually love this now that I'm making content. There's a lot of times where I'll watch a video of myself where I was talking, I was doing this, I was doing that. And I remember when I was filming this, I'm like, dude, I had a headache. I didn't want to make this video. When I'm watching it back, I can't tell. The same input is there, despite how you feel. And I think people mentally masturbate. They get so caught up in the philosophy and the mindset stuff and how good you feel or how good your chi is balanced or whatever. It's like, it's all crap. At the end of the day, what you're actually inputting is the only way you're going to walk up the mountain. What steps you're actually taking.
Exactly.
You want to move machines? I'm getting like a chest cramp from this one, like a weird one.
That's good.
That was a good little segment.
So like 4 years into this, I mean, if you could tell yourself, 18-year-old Brad, anything, 3 sentences or less, what would it be?
Stop overcomplicating the journey. Taking action is really going to get you to where you need to go. You don't need to have everything figured out. Just get going in the right direction and everything else is going to kind of fall into place.
100%.
Yeah. You go. You want me to ask you questions?
You can, but like, yeah, if you want to.
What should I ask you though? What type of questions do you want? I got you.
Ask me whatever.
When you're in a slump, what's the number one thing you do to kind of get yourself out of it when you feel like you can't work?
You know, there's always the basic answer, remember your why.
Right.
I feel like that's always there. But understanding that I feel like anything that anything worth chasing that's bigger than yourself, there's going to be setbacks, there's going to be struggle. And I think all work works, right? Regardless of whatever it is.
Right.
So that's kind of what pushes me over it. I don't expect 100% of me. I just expect 100% effort.
Right.
You know? But you know, at the same time, I always think to myself, this is the point where most people will give up. Most people will stray away, and that's why they don't win.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
that's a good clip. Yeah. I'm honestly just gonna play off that. I think one of the number one things that I would want to tell myself too would be not quitting. And I know it seems super simple and basic and cliche. A lot of times people start business models with uninformed optimism, and this is what I mean. When you look at any business model on the surface, it seems pretty attractive. It seems like, oh, this is what I should be doing. Then you get started and you realize, oh shoot, there's some fires I gotta put out. I gotta do things I don't necessarily wanna do. Right when they're faced with adversity, on any decision they make, they always end up pivoting. Oh, I'll just try something else. Like the lady in the red dress is what Alex Hormozi says.
Exactly.
Stick with what you're doing. Like you said, every business model can work if you're gonna be willing to put in the work. I think the hardest part is discerning, one, is it worth quitting? Because not everything you should be doing. And one, is it worth to continue to fight? Something I always tell myself is, if another person was starting this exact business model, they're gonna go through the exact same struggle and adversity. Most people stop right when they hit there, and that's why almost nobody gets to where they wanna go, because they're not able to actually get through the hard times, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's funny you say that, because there's the term overnight success.
Right.
You know what I mean? And people are like, oh, he was an overnight success, when in reality it might have taken 3, 5, 7 years, right?
Yeah.
Of consistent effort. Yeah, maybe their business worked within a year, but 8 years prior, it was constant failure, constant rejection. So there's no such thing as an overnight success. And there never will be. That's why the term gets put around everywhere, whether it's like a celebrity or a content creator or just a businessman. People think, oh, he was an overnight success, he gained all this. But they had no idea the trial and error before that.
100%.
It's like a marathon, right? People are cheering for you in the beginning, and then 26 miles, nobody's cheering for you until you reach the end.
Right, like people like to sit at the beginning, or they like to sit at the end.
So people will notice you in the beginning, right? But after that, it's 26 miles of just constant pain, constant struggle, constant overthinking, heavy breathing, sweat, tears, blood, whatever you call it. And then at the end is when you get the applause.
Right.
You get no applause for 25, 26 miles.
Yeah, I think it's pretty arrogant when people are all like, yeah, I want that outcome, but they don't want to go through the battle. That's like me saying, oh yeah, I want to look like C-Bum, or I want to look like Arnold, but they don't want to do the workouts.
Yeah.
It's kind of like everyone would say, yeah, I want to look like C-Bum on stage, but do I want to hit all the reps he hit, eat the diet he hit, do all the things he did? No. And I feel like everybody is always living in that delusion. And I think that's what holds a lot of people back. Of course you want to look like a bodybuilder. Do you want to work out is the real question. Like if you're answering the question, oh, I want to look like a bodybuilder, that's the wrong question to even answer. The question you need to answer is, do I want to kill myself in the gym every single day and have no social life because all I do is work out? Most people say no. So to apply that to entrepreneurship, do I want to work all the hours that most people don't want to work? That's the real question you need to ask yourself. For a lot of people.
That's the difference between being result-based and being progress-based, right?
Right.
So if you view yourself like, oh, I have to get to this point, that is my one goal. But there's no direction. If there's no direction, there's no system, then it's going to be an endless loop of just whatever it is.
Right.
Yeah.
I want to check the audio real quick.